I want to try and make every different kind of film that I can and learn about this art form.
This man is 63 years old. He hangs off the side of moving airplanes. He sprints down skyscrapers. He jumps onto helicopters as they lift into the air. And he does all of it without a stunt double.
It goes without saying that nobody does stunts like you.
Thank you.
Most men his age are dealing with bad knees, a shrinking bank of energy, and a body that feels like it is slowly giving up on them. He is outrunning men half his age on some of the most physically demanding film sets in the world. So what is actually going on here? Is it genetics? Money? Some secret treatment only Hollywood insiders know about? None of it. When you actually look at how Tom Cruise lives, what he eats every single day, what he refuses to touch, how he trains, how he starts his mornings, it is almost frustratingly simple. There is no magic. There is no shortcut. There is just a set of decisions he makes every single day.
It's like I love my days start early and they go early.
Without exception. And here is the part that should get your attention. Almost everything he does, you could start doing this week. In this video, we are covering 5 foods he eats for longevity, 3 foods he will not go near, his full morning routine, what he eats from breakfast to dinner, and 4 rules built for any man over 50. By the end of this, you will know exactly what separates him from every other man his age. Stay with me. This gets interesting fast. Most people assume that looking this good at 63 comes down to luck, but the research does not support that. What the science consistently shows is that the way you age is shaped by 3 things: what you eat, how you move, and how well you recover. Tom Cruise has built his entire life around all 3, and he has done it for decades. Not occasionally, not when he feels like it, every single day. That is the part people always miss. It is not what he does sometimes. It is what he does always. 5 foods Tom Cruise eats every single day. The first is slow-cooked protein, wild salmon, chicken breast, lean cuts of beef. He cooks everything at low heat, under 150 degrees Celsius. Why does that matter? Because cooking meat at very high heat creates harmful compounds that increase inflammation inside the body. Inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of aging. It breaks down joints, clouds the mind, and slows recovery. Low heat keeps the protein clean, protects the nutrients, and means his muscles repair faster after a hard day on set. Every portion is roughly the size of a deck of cards. Small, precise, deliberate. The second food is blueberries. He eats them throughout the day like most people eat chips. Blueberries are one of the most antioxidant-dense foods on the planet. Antioxidants protect your cells from the kind of damage that builds up silently over years. The kind of damage that makes men look and feel older than they should. The harder you push your body, the more of this damage your cells accumulate. Blueberries essentially clean that damage up before it settles. Simple food. Enormous impact over time. The third food is dark leafy greens. Spinach, broccoli, rocket, beet leaves every single day without fail. These vegetables contain natural nitrates that help your blood vessels relax and open up. More blood flow means more oxygen delivered to your muscles, better endurance, faster recovery, and a calmer heart rate under stress. For men over 50 specifically, this is one of the most important food choices you can make. Blood flow affects everything: energy, focus, physical performance, and even how sharp your mind stays as you get older. The fourth food is raw nuts. Almonds, walnuts, and Brazil nuts appear at nearly every meal and snack window throughout his day. They give his body a steady supply of healthy fats and keep energy consistent from morning to night. No spikes, no crashes, no afternoon fog where your brain just stops cooperating. The magnesium in walnuts supports muscle recovery. The selenium in Brazil nuts protects the immune system. These are not just snacks, they are functional fuel. And the fifth food is a slow-roasted vegetable mix: tomatoes, ginger, red peppers, and beets, cooked at low heat until soft and full of flavor. Low-temperature roasting protects the vitamin C and polyphenols that high heat destroys completely. He spoons this mix over fish or chicken at almost every sit-down meal. Put these 5 foods together and you have a diet built around one clear goal: keep inflammation low, energy steady, and recovery fast. Now the 3 foods he refuses to eat. This part matters more than most people realize. The first is refined sugar. No candy, no soda, no processed snacks. When he wants something sweet, he eats berries or one small square of dark chocolate. And that is it. Here is why this matters directly for you. Sugar causes rapid spikes in your blood sugar and then crashes it hard. That crash hits your mood, your focus, your energy, and your reflexes. If you have ever felt foggy after lunch, tired for no clear reason at 3 in the afternoon, irritable without knowing why, sugar is almost always the first place to look. Most people treat this as a willpower problem. It is not. It is a blood sugar problem, and it is fixable. The second food he avoids is white bread and white pasta. These behave almost identically to sugar inside your body. They break down fast, spike your blood sugar, and leave you mentally flat and physically sluggish within an hour of eating them. Tom Cruise gets almost all of his carbohydrates from vegetables. His blood sugar stays stable. His energy stays consistent. His mind stays sharp. Swap white bread for vegetables even a few times a week, and you will feel the difference within days. Not weeks, days. The third is anything fried or heavily processed. Processed food is loaded with sodium and low-quality oils. Sodium causes water retention. Your face puffs up. Your body feels heavier than it is. Your joints stiffen, and your energy drops. If there is no clean food available, he skips the meal entirely and waits for something better. That discipline, right there, is one of the most underrated things about how he operates. Most people eat whatever is in front of them because it is convenient. He eats what his body actually needs, or he waits. Now let's look at how his day actually starts. 5:30 in the morning, no phone, no scrolling, no checking messages before the day has even begun. He spends about 1 minute just breathing slowly, mentally setting his focus for the day before anything else touches his attention. It sounds small, but it keeps cortisol from spiking first thing in the morning. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and when it spikes on waking, especially from immediately checking your phone, it sets your nervous system into a state of low-level stress that follows you through the entire day. 1 minute of intentional breathing before anything else. Simple, powerful. 5:35, 5 minutes on the treadmill. Not a run, a slow, easy walk. Just enough to wake the body up gently before asking anything serious of it. 5:50. Mobility work begins. Hip stretches, shoulder circles, spinal movements, slow, deep breaths. This is the transition. Moving the body from rest mode into ready mode. Warming the joints before any real load goes through them. 6 o'clock. 45 minutes of strength training. Moderate weight. Controlled form. Short rest between sets. Around 30 seconds. And here is the key detail that most men get completely wrong. The goal is not size. The goal is not to look impressive in the mirror. The goal is function. To stay strong, mobile, and physically capable well into old age. Agility over bulk. Movement over mass. That is the philosophy. 6:50. He dunks his face into a bowl of near-freezing cold water for 10 seconds. It sounds extreme, but the science behind it is solid. Cold water exposure tightens blood vessels, reduces morning puffiness, and forces the mind into a state of full alertness almost instantly. Research on morning cold exposure consistently shows benefits for reducing inflammation, improving mental clarity, and resetting the stress response. 10 seconds. That is all it takes. 7 o'clock. First meal of the day. 2 egg white bites wrapped in spinach leaves and 6 almonds. Around 80 calories. Small on purpose. This is part of a deliberate eating pattern. Rather than large meals spaced far apart, he grazes throughout the day. Small, nutrient-dense portions that keep energy steady without ever overloading the digestive system. His last calories hit by 8 in the evening. That gives his body roughly 11 hours overnight with no food, a window where the body can repair damaged cells, reduce inflammation, and reset its metabolic systems without the constant work of digestion getting in the way. Research consistently shows that even a 10 to 12 hour overnight fasting window, nothing extreme, just stopping food by early evening, improves metabolic health, supports healthy weight, and reduces inflammation markers over time. What he actually eats across the full day. Morning starts with 2 egg white bites with a handful of almonds. Clean protein to protect muscle, healthy fat from the almonds, and vitamin E to keep energy smooth rather than spiking. A little later, salmon jerky and blueberries. The salmon is loaded with omega-3 fatty acids that keep joints healthy and reduce inflammation from physical stress. The blueberries act as antioxidant protection that builds up throughout the day. Lunch is not one big meal. It is a series of small rounds. Chilled broccoli with a drizzle of olive oil comes first. Fiber, vitamin C, and anti-inflammatory compounds in one simple handful. Then a whey protein shake. Fast-absorbing protein with no sugar. Then a small portion of raw mixed nuts to carry his energy through the rest of the afternoon. Dinner is herb-seasoned chicken pieces followed by slow-roasted vegetables spooned over white fish. The vegetables cooked at low heat to protect every nutrient. The fish finishing his daily protein cleanly. No heaviness, no bloat, nothing that drags him down before tomorrow's work begins. Every meal has a purpose. Nothing is eaten out of boredom or convenience. His weekly training follows a structured pattern. Monday is chest, shoulders, and triceps. Bench press, incline dumbbell press, shoulder press, and push-up variations. Sets of 6 to 10 reps with controlled form throughout. Tuesday is an activity day. Kayaking, rock climbing, or fencing footwork. The purpose here is movement that builds real-world coordination and keeps the body moving in ways the gym cannot replicate. Wednesday targets the back, biceps, and traps. Deadlifts, rows, and curls. Pulling movements to balance the pushing from Monday and keep the shoulders healthy long-term. Thursday is high-intensity intervals. Hill sprints, jump squats, battle ropes. Short bursts of maximum effort followed by rest. This is where cardiovascular fitness is built and metabolic rate stays elevated. Friday is legs and core. Squats, lunges, Romanian deadlifts, hanging leg raises, and planks. Saturday is light activity, a casual bike ride or an easy walk. Active recovery without any real stress on the body. Sunday is full rest, foam rolling, deep stretching, and time with family. 6 days of purposeful movement, 1 day of true recovery. No extremes in either direction. Just consistent, intelligent work done week after week, year after year. 4 rules. Any man over 50 can apply these starting this week. Rule 1. Graze, don't gorge. Stop eating 1 or 2 large meals and wondering why your energy crashes. Eat smaller, nutrient-dense portions spread throughout the day. Your body can only use so much food at once. Everything beyond that either gets stored or creates the sluggish, heavy feeling that most men just accept as normal. It is not normal. It is a fueling problem. And it is an easy fix. Rule 2. Train for function, not appearance. The goal of training should be to stay strong, mobile, and capable, not to look a certain way. Grip strength, balance, flexibility, cardiovascular health. These are the things that determine your quality of life at 60, 70, and beyond. Train to be useful. Train to stay capable. The appearance will follow the function. Rule 3. Cook low and cut sugar. Low heat cooking preserves the nutrients that high heat destroys. And removing refined sugar from your diet will have a faster and more visible impact on how you look and feel than almost any other single change you can make. Start with sugar. Everything else gets easier from there. Rule 4. Consistency over intensity. 45 focused minutes, 5 days a week, done consistently for years, will produce better results than any extreme program done for 3 weeks and then abandoned. The goal is not to crush yourself. The goal is to show up every single day and do the work. That is the whole philosophy. That is the entire secret. Here is the honest truth about why Tom Cruise looks the way he does at 63. It is not magic. It is not money. It is not genetics. It is the same decisions made consistently for decades. The food is not complicated. The workouts are not extreme. What is rare is the consistency. Showing up when you are tired. Making the better choice when the easier one is right in front of you. That is where the results come from. And that is the part anyone can start. The only question is whether you will. If you found this useful, subscribe. We break down more habits like this every week.